You didn't think to grab the plastic squeeze. No, I can do this. This is the ultimate battle of will. Man versus ketchup. It's never man versus food. It's always ketchup. I don't care. We have three-dimensional cameras. We have men walking on the moon. Give me a glass bottle that can actually squirt ketchup, and I'm happy with that. But Gurren Lagann is fantastic because it just goes over the top. The robots get bigger until they start conquering battleships, and then they jump up and they start merging with the moon until the robots are the size of galaxies. Because it's Japan. That really is its own punchline. Back when America was afraid of nuclear attacks from giant lizards, they were afraid... Back when America was afraid of giant nuclear attacks from the Russians, I've completely botched that joke. Let's move on. There's a concept called jumping the shark, in which a show goes a completely different direction you ever prayed it would. Like if halfway through Golden Girls, it just became the set of Lost. One of them is murdering all the others, and it's Betty White, who will be the only one. Betty White is the Highlander. Fanfic writers get to work. That's called jumping the shark. When a show just gets too ridiculous for you to watch anymore. And Gurren Lagann did not jump the shark. Gurren Lagann tamed the shark, threw it into a Pokeball, befriended the shark, had it gather a bunch of more friends, strapped it together, duct taped them together, and had them pull a giant Christmas sleigh full of sharks to jump over another tank of sharks. Like their Doctor Who Christmas special. Every time I see, like, Portal 2 go by on the side of a bus or Doctor Who, I take credit for that secretly. Like, you're welcome, regular community. Welcome to the geekhood. I love that everyone out there is playing video games. Half of America now knows Batman is secretly Bruce Wayne, and most of Americans can tell you Iron Man's secret identity. Yeah. My mom goes, Robert Downey Jr. Nice try. At least you stayed awake through it. Have some Golden Girls to prep you. Oh. Can't do that joke no more. So, Neon Genesis Evangelion, or is the...
Yeah.
Thank you, both of you.
Thank you both.
Boo. Like for my tech guy. See if we invite you back next year. Or as the new movies would do, Eva 2.0 Gurren Lagann. Neon Genesis Evangelion is something I've never seen before with the giant robots. It's a 15-year-old not gung-ho about piloting the robot. He's actually terrified of running the robots, but it also features one of the greatest fathers in anime history. Gendo Ikari is such a terrible father, he makes Hohenheim from Full Metal Alchemist look like Danny Tanner from Full House. That is the most esoteric reference I've ever mentioned in my life. That's TGIF and Japanese anime. I get paid for this! I'm scared too! But just the introduction to Shinji and his father Gendo, they've been separated for like 3 years. His son has been abandoned by his father, and he finally gets to meet him after 3 years. Hi, son. Happy birthday. Didn't think I'd get you anything, but oh, look behind you, Snap Giant Robot! They're the new hot thing. They're like the new Power Rangers or that Pokemon you guys are obsessed with. You don't like it? Do you know how much a 60-story tall robot costs, Daddy? Oh, I wish you were adopted. Oh. Okay, stop. Please stop crying. Oh my God, stop crying. Don't make me look bad in front of the UN. All right, come over here, killer. So, Shinji, it's only the first episode, but do you remember that giant alien that survived taking a nuclear warhead to the face? Yeah, it's fine. It's Daddy's job to kill the alien. It also happens to be, get this, bring your son to work day. So guess how you're gonna help Daddy. Don't try running. I blocked the doors already. Stop crying. Look, it's very simple. Now, the system's a bit buggy. Anyone we try to put inside the robot, it either devours or digests. I didn't know we gave it intestines, but okay. It's very simple. We're going to put you in the cockpit, which is a dark metal tube. We're going to fill it with water, so you're going to be drowning for a little bit. But you get used to it. We've got a wonderful little latex swimsuit with matching hair clips. You're going to look adorable. And then if this PDF I'm reading is even remotely correct, we're going to screw you into the back of the robot skull. So you're going to be upside down, drowning in a dark metal tube. Oh. Swimsuit, matching hair clips. And then I need you to take the robot outside, kill the alien. We don't care how you do it, just get the job done. Try not to die. Bring the robot back to Daddy, because the robot is expensive. So you got that dark metal tube, drowning in the dark. Kill the alien, don't die. Bring the robot back to Daddy. And we will have ice cream. crying, "Get in the robot! I know it smells like your mother!"
Oh.
Fantastic. That's what I love about Pokemon, is that it's young kids fighting with little animals. It combines everything that we love about Japan with everything we love about Mexico. Collecting card games and cockfighting. It's just a brilliant day. Can't do that joke because half of you are, I could have spawned half of you, to be honest, which is terrifying to think about. You are evil, dude. You want me to spoil all the 6-year-olds. Parents are going to be explaining to them all in the car ride home. He didn't mean that. It means jellies and hot dogs. No, don't go to that website he mentioned. Give me his DVD now. We'll just break that. There are so many big shows that I love. The popular shows that come over to America for Gaijin. The big shows that come over. I destroy that later. The big shows that come over, they run into the same problem of anything in an American show. When it gets too popular, it goes on for way too long. They stretch it too thin. It's no longer something that people like. We take this. Oh my God, dude! I ruined those 6-year-old hecklers yesterday. What do you think I'm going to do to you?
Oh. In your face.
You were of age where I could smack you down.
Oh.
Here's the fact of the matter is, you take a show and it goes on for too long, it's like this golden calf. It's this cash cow, and the industry knows about it. For example, the first couple of episodes of this show that's super popular around the cosplay was Bleach. I loved Bleach. The first 16 episodes of Bleach, I was ready to invest into, because Bleach it set itself up to be like urban high schoolers, Ghostbusters. I was so ready for that! But that's not what happened. Whatsoever. Somewhere between episode 1 and 2, it dropped. It was this cash cow. We handed it to the industry. We handed it to this fan. Here's this great cow that produces this amazing milk. You're going to love this. And everyone loved the milk. Everyone was making milkshakes from this thing from the cow. Everyone was talking about Bleach. But then it started to run for way too long. The writer got tired, so it was like skim milk. So it's not really the same, but it's enough. We all still remember the first couple episodes, so we'll give it another season. We'll just pop it another season, but then the cow ran dry, so it was just exuding blood. So they pushed the cow over. They have these long, drawn-out fights in Bleach, because it's all about people with swords who gloat but don't actually fight.
Oh.
So what did they do with the cow? They cut it open and they sold it off to the butcher. So fan artists got their hand on it. They started making video games and spin-offs and what have you. And the fans jumped into it like a bunch of piranha, just tearing apart the stomach of this cow. So we made a bunch of spin-offs. We made musicals. We made books. We re-released the first novel. We novelized the first couple of volumes of the comic book. We made a comic book novelization of the musical On Ice. No one even knows. We wrote the second short life of Bree Tanner. No one even knows what the show is about anymore. So we're left with just the skin of the cow, which is black and white. So the cosplayers stripped it apart and they just made costumes out of that. Because it's black and white, they don't know the difference anyway. So now we just have the skeleton of the cow, just lying down. We just have the bones of the cow. So we picked it up and we started putting funny voices into it. We made a bridge series. We made an American dub of this Japanese cartoon. We took the bones and we carved it up and we made it into swords and we sold it out to the bookstores, and then we took the swords and we made them into masks because it's Bleach. Everyone takes their masks and they make it into swords, and the swords get made into masks. And you don't care anymore. So it's like 300 episodes, it's maybe 400 volumes of manga at this point, and there's nothing left of the cow. Nothing is left of the original series that you fell in love with. There's no Bleach, there's just all these dried cow patties lying around. You're just wading through, trying to find something that you like about it, and you ask yourself, what happened last time? What did Naruto do? What did Dragon Ball Z do when it was just stretched so thin it was no longer good anymore? Bleach GT. Frisbee toss, cow crap.
Oh!
It's what happens. Yes. I'm going to be doing an event called the Steampunk World's Fair in a couple of weeks. Steampunk World's Fair is a lot of fun. Steampunk, you can find it online, where there were a couple of cosplayers walking around yesterday. They have the idea of a future in the Victorian era all powered by steam. Today's technology, it's like yesterday's future today. Basically, all of Jules Verne's writing on drugs. So I agreed to go down to the Steampunk World's Fair, and I'm standing in New Brunswick, New Jersey, when the sun's about to go down. Don't ever do this. And a friend comes up. He's wearing a vest. He's got this enormous curved beard, and he's wearing a top hat with a watch in the center. How is it going to help him tell time? I don't know. But he gets out and says, "Come with me to an alternate past in southern New Jersey." Get into this guy's powder blue Stanza or stand outside New Brunswick, New Jersey with the sun going down. What are my options? Stab myself in the head? Or the other head. So I get in the back of this dude's car, and in the back seat waiting with me is a mallet, and I'm kidding you not, about 4 sets of iron manacles.
Damn.
Handcuffs for the French Revolution.
Oh.
Rapture. So I'm dragged in to co-host the Queen of Steam costume competition. 20 minutes into this, I realize it's a drag queen competition. I'm going down the line. Wow, steampunkers are really ugly and hairy, and they have... Oh, dear. It was like Jules Verne meets the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh.
And that was terrifying, but it's so creative. That's what I love about cosplayers. That's what I love about all of the conventions, that everyone will take one idea and merge into something else. One guy at the Steampunk World's Fair had a working sewing machine in his hat, and at the end of Sunday, blood all over his hands. I'm gonna help, ow. Another woman made her ball gown out of a parachute. Which, how do you prove that? She took her brooch, she pulled the string, let it go, and her back panel flips down, and embroidered and stitching it reads, "I sewed this from a parachute." Maybe 100 times that weekend she ended up doing that. That was just an amazing event. It's why I love going around to the video games conventions. It's why I love hosting this. We'll be doing the cosplay fashion show later today, way down in the white tent. Just take your time to enjoy this. This is the most beautiful day of the year. We are grateful to have this. It's grateful to just have the cherry blossoms out. It's grateful that no parent is covering their child's ear at this point. You're just praying it goes over your head. This is good. This is a very good thing. Can't do that. None of you listen to Korean pop.
Oh.
Both of you do.
Oh. In your face.
If you watch enough Korean pop, you'll start to realize they all look exactly the same. But like the men and the women. But you watch a video and they're doing the seductive dance, you're like, alright, I don't know what's going to happen because my pants are already around my ankles. I gotta know, am I going to feel guilty about this or am I cool to go on? They're all giving into this plastic surgery that's driving me crazy. They all have this plastic surgery in Asia. It takes a half an hour to do. They extend the eyes to make the eyes look even bigger. And it's like, no. Dolls were modeled to look after people. It shouldn't be the other way around. Also, if you want to look American, start jogging in the middle of a rainstorm and dip a hot dog in peanut butter, for God's sakes.
No.
If you want to look American, get fatter. Some
you want to look
surgeon in
American,
Korea
get
said
fatter.
that this eye surgery in Korea is done just about as often as breast augmentation over in America. And I said, why not both?
Why not both?
Thanks, guys, for your support. Thank you, every man in this audience. That's not funny at all, honey. I know, you're all coupled up. You're all terrified of that. But they all look the same. They're like these gelled Borg. All of them dancing in a cute little para, but it's just way too seductive for what you think is a 16-year-old, but may in fact be a 32-year-old. I don't know. It's Korea. They breathe through body pillows.
Oh!
And that's my disappointing closure. You're all very welcome. Wow. I'm glad you guys came out for that, though. Thank you so much for coming out and showing your support. Okay. I like that noise. I'm enjoying that energy. We'll be splaying them all around, just taking modern art sculptures. The death of the smiley face. Take that, Rorschach. That's a Watchmen reference. So please stick around. I have a very good friend coming up next. His name is Mr. Mario Bueno. Last year, he went to the largest anime convention in America and won, hands down, American Idol Anime Expo 2010. He's the sole owner and proprietor of Digital Era Entertainment. He's been doing cosplay, masquerades, singing longer than I have even known about anime. He's a cosplayer supreme. You will see him later today at the cosplay fashion show. Please give it up for my very good friend, Mr. Mario Bueno.
No.